Okay, so now we're going to get started with part 1 of the test. So your first question is, do you like shoes?
Yes, I do. I guess, yeah.
Okay, and how often do you buy shoes?
Actually, even though I like shoes, I don't buy it that often because once I buy shoes, I think I take it for like 4 to 5 years of time. So the first time, whenever I buy the shoes, I always get expensive one. So normally high quality ones, brand shoes, and then I just take them for like 3 to 4 years. If it goes longer than that, 5 years.
Ah, okay. And do you prefer comfortable or good-looking shoes?
Comfortable, definitely, because whenever I wear high heels, it's so uncomfortable. I cannot walk around that long, and I like to be active outside, so I normally wear comfortable shoes. So even right now, I'm wearing sneakers.
Ah, okay. And have you ever bought shoes online?
Yeah, I think so. When I didn't have time, but I prefer to buy that offline because I can try them on. And even though I buy something online, sometimes I need to get it back because it's so different from, real life experience. So I don't buy that often online, but offline.
Okay, great. Now let's move on to part 2 of the test. So I will give you a question and then I will give you a piece of paper and a pencil to prepare your answer. This is the extended response question.
Okay.
Okay, so your question is, describe a shirt or dress you wore for a special occasion. Okay, so describe a dress or shirt you wore for a special occasion.
So there is a dress that I wore for a Christmas party in Germany last year. It's a black silk dress with pattern laces, long sleeve. It comes down until my ankle, and it has thin fabric and has elegant features in there. So in Korea, I bought it, and before I go to Germany, I bought it from Korean mall called Zara. So it was a little bit expensive, but I just wanted to prepare something special because I knew that Christmas time is going to be something fancy in Europe, and it's my first time facing Christmas time, so I just wanted to wear that. So I wore it at Christmas party finally, and while I was wearing it, I felt like I'm in a fancy place because a lot of people there at the site were all wearing some suits and Christmas dresses. So I thought, okay, I guess I'm lucky that I prepared enough because actually Christmas is not a big thing in Korea, but it seems like it's a huge event in Europe. So yeah, I felt special while I was wearing that dress.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, great. Thank you. And now we're going to move on to the final part of the test, okay? So, what do you think the clothes we wear say about us?
It represents our character and the lifestyle that we are aiming for. For example, even though I like high heels and mini skirts, I don't wear it that often because I really like to be comfortable and I like casual clothes. So I can be active and meet a lot of people while I'm outside. My hobby is walking outside, socializing, and going to events. And whenever I wear some fancy clothes, it was not comfortable at all. So for me, clothes is something that represents your character. And yeah. So it represents the special vibe of a person.
Okay. And do you think that brand name is very important for clothes sales?
Sometimes, if you are a seller, I think it is important. But for a person who's buying, I don't think that's that important. Yeah, because I always have a lot of clothes with me in my closet, but they are not brand things. I'm a student, so I cannot afford them. So yeah, if it's cheap but having a good quality, I don't think that's important.
And why do you think some people like to go clothes shopping with friends?
It's really fun, especially girls. When I'm going with my girlfriends, I can show them my style and then they can also show me their style. And yeah, we can just compare what kind of things that we like. And it's just really fun. It's like food shopping.
And how have clothes fashions changed in your country over the past few decades?
It's hard to tell because the trend is actually always going around. So these days, I can sometimes see the 80s or 90s fashion is arising again. So these days it's retro style, but also hip style is kind of mixed together.
And what kind of things determine what is in fashion?
Can you say one more time?
Yep. What kind of things determine what is in fashion?
Actually, I'm not really well known in fashion, so I don't know about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do you think fashion will change in the future?
I think it will just take a turn, like a circulation. So I have no idea how it's gonna be changed. But whenever I see Vogue models or the fashion magazine or the runway show, always the fashion in there has been quite unique and modern and sometimes kind of weird. So people are actually aiming for individuality more and more. So sometimes I think it can go extreme. So in the future, the new generation will aim for something unique that is even on the level of being weird. Yeah, and people will find it unique. Yeah.
Okay. So those are all the questions.
Yeah, thank
so
you.
thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
All right. So now let's get into the feedback from your speaking test. So you did really well. Let's go through it section by section. So for part 1, you answered all of the questions. There were a few small mistakes. So for example, instead of return, you would say get it back. Or you also said you take the shoes for 4 years. Yeah, but usually we would say I would use the shoes for 4 years or keep them. For the second part, the extended response, yeah, you did really well. There weren't many errors in that part at all, and you spoke very fluently and confidently, which is
Thank
great.
you.
And finally, for the third part, again, really fluid, very confident. You did really great. Just for the last question, you said there will be a circulation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so usually we use circulation for like air movement or something like that. So usually when we describe trends, we say they cycle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
That's okay. It's just a very, very small nuance.
Yeah.
But overall, you did great. So I would score you an 8 on the IELTS bands.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I knew that there are some grammatical errors because I haven't specialized in grammar, but more I was focused on more speaking. So
Yes.
that's why. But yeah, thank you for the feedback.
You're very welcome. I hope you have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.